Alright, big hot topic in the league right now. It's not really gained as much traction in the past couple weeks because they've said that the voting has stalled and they're putting it on the back burner. But topic everybody's talked about. Expanding the playoff. Everybody's tired of seeing the same four teams every year. Everybody's seeing the same team win it. And even if you expand it, it may not matter. Same team may still win it. But people's tired of just seeing the same four teams. Let's branch out, make this bigger. And I've got sort of an idea of what I would like to see it become. I don't know which route they're going to go with it. But I have this picture pulled up on my screen over here, and they have 12 teams. Like 12 has been the popular number. I think that's the number it'll go to no matter what. The big debate will be how they schedule it and how they bracket it up and, I guess, structure it. But this looks intriguing. So you have a top 12 bracket. The top four, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in their own bracket. And 1, 2, 3, and 4 get a first round bye. And then you have 8 versus 9, 5 versus 12, 7 versus 10, and 6 versus 11. But there was a big controversy saying that Notre Dame couldn't get the first round bye because the only way you get the first round bye is if you're in a conference. So they have some stuff they're going to have to iron out, obviously.
I think Notre Dame should just stop being scared and join a conference. But, I mean, yeah, because if they don't want to join a conference, make the top 4 your conference champions. And the 12-team system makes it easier for everybody, especially with the 4, like you just said, the top 4, because then all the big conferences will get in. It'll probably be a debate. It'll probably be a head-to-head between, Big 12 and Pac-12, I guess. I mean, I would say ACC and SEC are locked in for a spot, and Big 10 should be locked in for a spot, and then the 4th spot will go between Big 12 and Pac-12. And even if that's not how it goes, and like Big 12 just gets it easily, or even Pac-12 gets it easily, the more spots in it, the 12 teams, it gives every conference an equal chance to get in. I think it just makes it easier. Because the past couple of years, you've had Georgia and Alabama both in the talks for the top 4, so it really just throws a wrench in everything.
Last year with the pandemic and all the scheduling issues with that, Notre Dame played in the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Like technically they were in the ACC last year. And then now they're saying they're going to stay independent. But like with all these conferences like restructuring, you're going to have the SEC's getting 2 teams with Texas and Oklahoma like we talked earlier. So that means the Big 12, they talked about that a couple weeks ago too. They're adding Cincinnati and UCF and all them.
Mm.
So with all these conferences restructuring, there's no sense that Notre Dame shouldn't be in a conference. Somebody's going to have room for them. And somebody's going to make them an offer because they're Notre Dame. They're a prestigious program.
Mm.
So, I mean, there's no sense in them not being in a conference.
It all just comes down to money. I mean, Notre Dame gets to name their price against.
And when it gets down to the nitty-gritty of it, and you're Notre Dame and you're ranked at 4, but you can't get that first round bye because you're not in a conference, you have nobody to blame but yourself.
Mm-hmm. And you have to like force that, like have a backbone and enforce that to make them join a conference. Basically, like it's just dumb to not be in a conference.
Now, what's going to be cool is these first round games, and then the second round games where the teams that had first round bye comes into it, first and second round, they're all going to be played at home. on campus. I just think that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get into the semifinal and the national championship, then you can go to the Rose Bowl and the Cotton Bowl and Orange Bowl.
That's like the
Sugar Bowl.
NFL, and that goes into like what we talked about earlier with the quadrants across the nation and having the four different conferences. It'll make it more like the NFL in that aspect, and I think that's how it should be.
Yeah, we'll see where they go with it. But that'll do it for our college talk for tonight.